Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. So in this session, we are going to uh, proceed further to our purchase order form development. And in this uh, lesson, we are going to explain to you the difference between the public and private. Means some variables, mostly they are private uh, to the procedure in which they are defined, um, unless they are made public, right? So how to make them private, and what is the purpose of using public, and when to use public and when not to use public. So these are our topics of today. So as you know, in the purchase order form, we are uh, doing something in which multiple files are opening in the system, right? And when the control goes to some other file, uh, which is different from the one which you started from, right? So you are starting from the file which is named like this, 223, lesson 223. This is our today's lesson, okay? And when you go to the purchase order number, for example, 14, right? And you double click on a process there. So it actually opens a new file, and it brings the data from that, right? So these are uh, the entries, and when you, um, for example, delete something, right? Or you double click on it and you delete, for example, this entry from the notes. So you are actually opening and closing some other file, right? Yeah, it is open and closed and came back, right? So in the meantime, if you just close it, then the it is possible that it is uh, in the control is out of the file which you started from, and then the um, command is encountered to, for example, to some other sheet which is not in the file which is currently open. So that is going to generate an error. So, so here comes the use of the public. Means as soon as this form is shown, so one variable is supposed to be carrying the name of this file. That is, you can say that variable as a my book, my main book, okay? My book, for example, as a main file. So wherever you go, if it opens a new file and closes it, if it is opening now, it is saving the file which is not your main book. It is not saving this file. It is saving the notes file which is 1001, and it is being saved. And and this is so the control goes there, right? And if you see in the file, yeah, sometimes these are open, these are left open, right? So you need to know that where the program mm, must have some way to get back to the file which it has started. So that is the public variable, uh, my book, which contains the main book name, so that anytime when the he wants to get back to the original book from which it is started, so it can use that public variable to get back. So let's let me show you the, the public variable, how it is defined, right? So I'm going to go to the developer tab, and this is our purchase, right? This is our purchase order, and we are going to go to the view code. And in the view code, go to the very top, and here it is the public variable, that is my book, right? My book. And when you get back to this form and you go to the view code of the here, so my book is initialized. So whatever is the book active workbook name at the time of opening this form, it is stored. So although the project is this is a private, but the my book is a public variable, right? And the procedure, uh, whenever, so you know the module is comprising a number of procedures. The control flows from one procedure to another procedure anytime. So only the variable which are made public, they are available to all the procedures, whereas all the other variables like ADDR, the balance, and these are um, these are available only to the variable to within the circle, within the jurisdiction of the current procedure. As soon as the control goes out of the procedure, the variables are unreachable unless they are defined as a public variable. So for the moment, we have only one variable, which is public, that is my book. We are also using, as you know, my book and that book. When we open new book, so we name it. It is our convention that that book, the other book. So let's find it in this module. Yes, this is the that. If a file is opened, whatever it can be, it is the name of it. So that book becomes so. This is also good. If we are planning to use that book in multiple procedures, so it is always good to or to define it as that book as a public variable as well. Well, and the not in normal case, it is going to be a null until it is assigned by some procedure. And when it is assigned, and the other procedure can use it without redefining it because it is made public. So I hope you understand the idea, the difference between the private and public. The private variable remains available within the procedure, and if the control goes out from this procedure, this is a short procedure, it goes out, then AMT will be null. It will not be available. Right, if it is a variable, right? Let's see the variable like this. Yeah, there can be certain other variables like CHK, right? This is a variable, and it is going to be private to the jurisdiction of the current procedure only. And if the control passes temporarily or permanently to some other procedure, the CHK won't be available for other procedure because it is private, it is not made public, right? Like if exist. Yeah, this is also a variable that is only available within this whereas the procedures, the variables which you define as public in the general section of the module, so these are going to be the treated as a public variable, and they are usable, they are accessible uh, within any procedure within this module or within this process. Okay, so this is the use of where is my book is being used in other procedure? You can see that Control F. So my book is being used in this procedure, although it is a program. So my book is being read. So there is no need to define these since you have made it public. So you don't have to redefine it, right? You can go on and uh, so the right place of defining is at the time of the initializing of the form, right? So let's go and see that where is it is redefined. So we remove them, right? So this is right. My book is bigger because this is a list box, double click event, and we are not redefining it, we are using it. It is a public variable, okay? That's fine. And this is redefining. This is a redefining in a list box too, that what is the, no need of this redefining, we can remove that. Yeah, they are still usable. You can still use it since they are already defined at the time of initialization of the form, right? So let's check again and check more or find next. So this is already this is a comment, so no need to worry. You can also remove such comments which are of no use now. Okay, let's check more. This is not a redefining, this is a using. They are, that's fine, no issue. This is a redefining of this, so you don't need a redefining since you have made it a public variable. This can still be used by uh, since they are they are defined. Defining once is enough. You don't need to define it again and again, right? Say one thing, and let's find any other redefinition if done. So we just say this is all cleansing of our code is also important that we mm, yeah, this is the choice 4 of the list box 2. No need to redefine it since you have already defined that you know that what is the my my book name, right? Okay, so this is a public variable. So you can redefine it. You know, you don't need to redefine it. And this is a comment, so no harm in that. Okay, let's okay. This is using it, that's fine. This is active, yeah. This is a multiply. Whenever, why it is using it in this different procedure, this is using it because it is using a sheet. In the next command, it is referring to a sheet which is a part of my book, right? So if it happens to be, say, the control is in any external book or anything, so this command is going to force it to get back to my book and do this visible, making the sheet visible and showing it sheet. That's right. That's fine. Okay. So see if there is any other. Yeah, so this is also the redefine, no need of this defining, since we have done it already in the initialization. So this is a using, that's fine. It's this is passing a parameter. This is passing a this is the reconcile procedure. Uh, in previous code, we 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 wrote the same number of commands again and again. So, as discussed in our previous that we would make one procedure and you reuse it instead of writing whole this. So this command is actually a substitute of a number of commands which are repeatedly used in different clicks. Sometimes you double click on others charges in the form. Sometimes you double click on the text charges. Sometimes you double click on the ship fee, right? Ship fee. So you need to reconcile whether the amount tallies or not. So these are the commands which are, that's fine. Okay, so let's check again if there is more my book used any other. Yes, so let's remove this as well. Okay, so this how you are going to remove and replace it, or all the unnecessary redefinition, since you have already initialized the variable at the time of the initialization of the form, right? So this is fine. This is fine. You can carry on. And this is a reconciling, okay, and this is where it is activating, making sure at the time of it is making sure that if it is outside the my book, it gets activated. The my book gets activated first, and then doing the rest and taking you to the interface. This is the interface sheet, right? So that's fine. And this is where this is the shape fix. So you see, so all these things, there is no need left now to use this command, since we already have the variable in the public mode, right? So this is fine. This is reconcile, and this is the reconciliation procedure, that's fine. And this is the only command in which you need the reconciliation, that at the time of the user form initialization. That's fine. Okay. So this we can leave. The rest we can uh, ignore or comment or disable those things. We have removed it already. Okay. This was the concept. I hope you enjoyed this, and this is a very useful concept to use on the variable in a public, which are supposed to be public, used in uh, multiple procedures within the module, so that you don't have to define again and again one-time definition at the time of the procedure, initialization of the form, and that's enough. The rest of all the commands have been omitted, and that is the cleansing also. Okay, and also we have shown you the reconcile. The reconcile, let me show to you, the reconcile is the procedure. If you see, this is the procedure, and this is in which we have used the my book, that book, and total amount of so that these commands are now omitted from all the procedure, since they were appearing again and again. So we made one procedure for this, and this is called object-oriented sense of your programming that makes your code very neat and clean and concise. Thank you very much, and stay tuned to our to our channel, and see you in our next video. Thank you very much.